Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of numismatics. First up, the 1995 silver Washington quarter dollar with a D mint mark in color shade bad condition. If you're curious about its worth in today's auction market, stick around. First off, let's discuss the coin in question. The 1995 silver Washington quarter dollar is part of the series that honors George Washington and the legacy of American currency. Minted in Denver, this particular coin bears the D mint mark, indicating it was produced at the Denver Mint. Now, you might be wondering what makes this coin stand out. Despite its less than ideal condition, the term color shade bad condition refers to a coin that has experienced significant discoloration, likely due to environmental exposure or mishandling. This could mean anything from tarnishing and staining to fading or other forms of wear that have altered its appearance. So, how does this affect its value? Typically, coins in bad condition might not fetch high prices compared to their pristine counterparts. However, collectors often place value on rarity and unique characteristics. For a 1995 silver Washington quarter with D mint mark in this specific condition, you can expect it to be valued somewhat lower than its well-preserved siblings. On average, this coin in bad condition could sell for around $267,000 at auction. Despite its condition, this coin can still hold value for collectors interested in completing their sets or those focusing on unique varieties and mint marks. Its history and rarity can make it a valuable piece in the broader context of coin collecting. First up, the 1942 Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel with a large P mint mark, but in a rather unique and less than pristine condition. If you're passionate about rare coins, you're in for a treat. Let's explore why this particular nickel holds such interest and what it might be worth in today's auction market. First, let's set the scene with some background. The 1942 Jefferson nickel, featuring the Monticello reverse, was part of a series struck during a period of significant transition in American coinage. 1942 was a notable year, primarily because of World War II and its impact on materials used in coinage. In 1942, the nickel saw a change in its composition. Due to wartime metal shortages, the composition of the nickel was altered from the usual 75% copper and 25% nickel to a wartime blend of 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. This change was made to conserve nickel for the war effort. The mint mark P was also introduced for the first time on this series, marking coins minted in Philadelphia. It was a significant shift as Philadelphia had previously not used mint marks. Now, the specific coin we're discussing today is the 1942 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark, but in black color shade and dirty condition. This particular state of the coin adds a layer of intrigue to its value. You might wonder, how does a coin with a black color shade and in dirty condition affect its value? Let's break it down. Coin grading is crucial in determining a coin's value. Typically, coins in good condition with clean surfaces command higher prices. The condition of a coin is graded from poor to mint state with various intermediate grades like fine, very fine, and extra fine. However, for our 1942 Jefferson nickel, the black color shade and dirty condition introduce a unique factor. Coins with heavy tarnish, dirt, or unusual colorations are often less sought after by collectors compared to those in pristine condition. The black color shade you see here is likely due to oxidation or prolonged exposure to environmental elements, which might have affected its appearance. Let's talk numbers. In today's auction market, coins like our 1942 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark can vary significantly in value depending on their condition. Generally, a well-preserved example of this coin can fetch anywhere from $200,000 in standard grades. However, for coins that are in less desirable conditions, such as those with significant dirt or tarnish, the value tends to be lower. In this case, a nickel with a black color shade and dirty appearance could see a value in the range of $5 to $15, though this can fluctuate based on collector interest and market demand. Despite its less than perfect condition, this 1942 Jefferson nickel still holds historical value. Collectors often appreciate the story and the rarity of coins, even those in less than ideal states. If you have this coin in your collection, or if you're looking to acquire one, remember that the market value can be influenced by several factors, including rarity, collector interest, and overall demand. To sum up, while the 1942 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark in black color shade and dirty condition, may not be the most valuable in terms of pristine quality, it remains an interesting piece of history. Its value in the auction market today reflects its unique condition and historical context. Next up, the 1966 silver Washington quarter dollar with a large date and D mint mark. If you've got one of these coins in very fine condition, you might be sitting on something valuable. Let's explore its history, what makes it special, and most importantly, its value in today's auction market. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the years, it became a staple of American currency. The 1966 Washington quarter is particularly interesting because it was minted during a transitional period in U.S. coinage. While the U.S. Mint stopped producing silver quarters for general circulation in 1964, some 1966 quarters were struck on leftover silver planchets by mistake. However, the majority of 1966 quarters are clad not silver, which makes this coin quite rare. One key aspect that makes the 1966 Washington quarter with a D mint mark special is its potential rarity and the possibility of being struck on a silver planchet. The D mint mark indicates it was minted in Denver, and the large date variation is a detail that collectors often seek. Additionally, its condition plays a significant role. A coin in very fine condition will have moderate wear, but all major features should still be clear and distinct. Coins in this condition are often highly sought after by collectors, particularly when the date and mint mark combination is rare. So, how much is this 1966 silver Washington quarter dollar with a large date and D mint mark worth today in the current auction market? Coins like this in very fine condition can fetch anywhere between $145,000. However, if it turns out that your coin was struck on a silver planchet rather than a clad one, the value could skyrocket. These rarer silver quarters can command prices well over $5,000, depending on the condition and demand at the time of sale. Keep in mind that auction prices can vary, and factors like the coin's eye appeal, demand, and the number of interested bidders can significantly influence the final sale price. If you're thinking of selling a 1966 Washington quarter, make sure you get it authenticated by a professional numismatist or grading service. This will ensure that you get the best possible price for your coin, especially if it turns out to be one of the rare silver strikes. And there you have it. The 1966 silver Washington quarter dollar with a large date and D mint mark is a fascinating piece of history and could be quite valuable. Whether you're a collector or just stumbled upon this coin, it's worth taking a closer look. Next up, the 1947 Jefferson nickel with the large date, often referred to as the Monticello 5-cent nickel. If you're passionate about coins, stick around as we explore the value of this nickel in very fine condition in today's auction market. Let's get into it. The 1947 Jefferson nickel is a key piece in the nickel series, and it carries a special significance due to its design and historical context. The coin features a portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and on the reverse, it showcases Jefferson's Monticello estate. It was minted during a period when the U.S. was recovering from World War II, and it represents a time of transition in American history. One notable aspect of this coin is the large date variation. The 1947 large date nickel has a distinct style where the numerals in the date appear larger and more spaced out compared to other years. This variation occurred due to changes in the engraving dyes used by the mint. The large date version is less common, making it more valuable to collectors. Now, let's talk about condition. In the world of numismatics, the condition of a coin is crucial in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state Mississippi 70, with various grades in between. The term very fine indicates that the coin has some wear, but still retains most of its design details. For the 1947 Jefferson nickel, a very fine grade means the coin will have noticeable wear on the high points of the design, but will still feature clear details and recognizable features. The obverse will show some smoothing on Jefferson's hair, and the reverse will have slight wear on Monticello. Despite these signs of wear, a very fine coin is highly sought after by collectors. So, what's this nickel worth today? The value of the 1947 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition can vary depending on several factors, including rarity, demand, and the specific auction or sale. As of recent auction results, the value of a 1947 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition typically ranges from $36,000. However, prices can fluctuate based on the market and collector interest. For example, if the coin is in exceptionally high, very fine condition with minimal wear, it might fetch a higher price. Conversely, if the coin has more significant wear or imperfections, it could be on the lower end of the spectrum. If you're looking to invest in or collect Jefferson nickels, here are a few tips. First, always ensure you're buying from reputable dealers or auction houses. Provenance and certification can significantly impact a coin's value. Additionally, maintaining your coins in good condition and understanding their grading can help you make informed purchasing decisions. Remember to handle your coins carefully, store them properly, and consider having them graded by a professional service if you're looking to sell or assess their value accurately. Next up, the 1965 silver Washington quarter dollar. But wait, wasn't silver supposed to be phased out by then? Stick around as we uncover the story behind this rare coin, particularly focusing on the large date version without a mint mark in very fine condition, and reveal its current value in today's auction market. The year 1965 was a turning point in American coinage. Due to rising silver prices, the U.S. Mint decided to switch from silver to a copper nickel-clad composition for quarters. However, a small number of 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchettes, making these coins incredibly rare and sought after by collectors. The 1965 silver Washington quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse side, with the word Liberty above his head and the date 1965 below. The reverse side showcases the iconic eagle design. Notably, this coin does not have a mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In very fine condition, the 1965 silver Washington quarter shows moderate wear but retains the majority of its details. The hairlines on Washington's portrait are still visible, and the eagle's feathers on the reverse side are clear. VF condition coins are highly collectible, especially when it comes to rare era coins like this one. So, what's the value of this elusive coin in today's auction market? As of now, a 1965 silver Washington quarter dollar in very fine condition can fetch between $400,000 or even more, depending on the specific auction and the level of interest among bidders. This value reflects the coin's rarity, historical significance, and the increasing demand among collectors for era coins. Given its rarity and the ongoing interest in era coins, the 1965 silver Washington quarter is considered a solid investment. Prices for this coin have shown an upward trend in recent years, making it a prized addition to any serious coin collection. And there you have it. The 1965 silver Washington quarter dollar, a rare and valuable piece of American history, continues to captivate collectors and investors alike. If you're lucky enough to come across one in very fine condition, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Next up, the 1994 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark, but with a twist, it's in full bad condition. Stick around as we unravel its market value and discover why this seemingly worn-out nickel might be worth more than you'd expect. The Jefferson nickel, introduced in 1938, is one of the most iconic coins in American numismatic history. The 1994 issue is part of this long-running series, showcasing Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his historic home, on the reverse. Minted in Denver, this nickel bears the D mint mark, a key detail for collectors. While the 1994 Jefferson nickel is relatively common and widely circulated, the condition of the coin plays a significant role in its value. Today we're focusing on a nickel that's seen better days, a coin in full bad condition. What exactly do we mean by full bad condition? Coins in this category typically show severe signs of wear. You might notice heavy scratching, discoloration, and overall erosion of detail. Such conditions can stem from years of handling or poor storage. Despite its poor state, collectors sometimes seek these coins due to their historical significance or as part of a complete collection. The degree of wear affects not just the aesthetic, but also the collectible value. In today's auction market, the value of a 1994 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark in full bad condition might surprise you. While most of these coins in mint or near mint condition are valued at face value or just a few cents above, those in poor condition often have a niche value. For a nickel in full bad condition, the auction value usually ranges between $0.50 and $2. This value may seem modest compared to pristine examples, but it reflects the demand for even the most worn coins among collectors and enthusiasts. So, why would a collector be interested in a coin in such poor condition? For some, it's about completing a series or holding onto a piece of history. Even a worn-out coin tells a story of its journey through time and circulation. Additionally, some collectors focus on era coins or specific series, and a bad condition coin can be part of that collection. The value often lies in the completeness of a set rather than the individual condition of each piece. In conclusion, while a 1994 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark in full bad condition may not command a high value in the traditional sense, it still holds a place in the world of numismatics. Its worth is a reflection of the interest and appreciation collectors have for every aspect of coin history. Next up, the 1983 silver Washington quarter dollar with a large date and the P mint mark. If you've got one of these in your collection, you might be sitting on a hidden gem. Let's explore its value in today's auction market. The 1983 Washington quarter is a significant coin for collectors, especially those minted at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P mint mark. This quarter is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, making it a desirable addition to any collection, especially for silver enthusiasts. The large date on the coin makes it even more distinguishable and sought after. Now, let's talk about the value of this coin in fine condition. In today's auction market, a 1983 Washington quarter with a large date and P mint mark in fine condition can fetch anywhere from $245,000. The value fluctuates based on factors such as the coin's overall appearance, the sharpness of the date, and any unique characteristics that might make it stand out to collectors. Several factors can influence the value of your 1983 Washington quarter. First, the condition is paramount even in fine condition. Coins with minimal wear, clear details, and a shiny surface will attract higher bids. Second, any errors or unusual features could significantly increase its value. Lastly, the silver content itself provides a baseline value, which tends to rise with silver prices. In recent auctions, these quarters have shown strong interest among collectors, especially those focusing on completing sets or those who specialize in Washington quarters. If you're looking to sell, consider listing your coin during times when silver prices are high, or during numismatic conventions or events when collector interest peaks. Next up, the 1971 Jefferson nickel. Specifically, we'll explore the value of the Monticello 5 cents Jefferson nickel from 1971, featuring the large date and no mint mark. If you're a coin collector or just curious about its worth in today's auction market, stick around. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the Jefferson nickel's design. The 1971 nickel, like its predecessors, features a portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's famous estate, on the reverse. The large date variety is particularly interesting because it was produced during a transitional period. In 1971, the Mint used a new date punch for the Jefferson nickel, creating what we call the large date variety. The change in the date's size is quite noticeable when you compare it to the standard date. This subtle difference makes the large date variety quite sought after by collectors. Now, why does this coin matter to collectors? The 1971 Jefferson nickel with the large date and no mint mark is a significant piece because it represents a transition in the design process and is part of a limited production run. While the Philadelphia Mint typically does not add a mint mark to coins produced there, the year's large date variety stands out among its peers. In today's auction market, the value of a 1971 Jefferson nickel in fine condition can vary as of the latest auctions and sales. You can expect to see prices ranging from $39,000 for a coin in this condition. Factors such as overall eye appeal, strike quality, and any unique characteristics can influence the final sale price. To get the best idea of what you might receive for your 1971 nickel, it's always a good idea to check recent auction results and consult with reputable coin dealers. Collectors looking for these pieces often appreciate any historical context and specific details about the coin's condition. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, the 1971 Jefferson nickel with the large date and no mint mark is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. Its value may not be through the roof, but it holds a unique place in the world of coins due to its design and historical significance. Next up, the 1967 silver Washington quarter dollar with a date error and no mint mark. Specifically, we'll be focusing on its value in today's auction market when found in fine condition. So, if you're a fan of rare coins, or just curious about what treasures might be hiding in your change jar, stay tuned. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the 1967 Washington quarter. This coin is part of the broader Washington quarter series, which was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. However, by 1967, the U.S. Mint was no longer producing quarters with any silver content. This was during a time of transition, as the mint moved from using silver to a copper-nickel-clad composition due to the rising cost of silver. Interestingly, 1967 was also a year when the U.S. Mint didn't include mint marks on coins as a way to discourage hoarding during the coin shortage of the mid-1960s. This makes any 1967 quarter without a mint mark standard for the year. However, the real kicker comes with the error in the date on some of these coins, making them particularly valuable. So, what exactly is the error we're talking about? The date error on the 1967 Washington quarter is a rare and sought-after mistake where the digits in the year 1967 are either doubled or show signs of being struck more than once. This kind of error is known as an error, and it can significantly increase the coin's value, especially if the doubling is pronounced and clear. Now, let's talk about the condition. When we say fine condition, we're referring to a coin that shows moderate wear. The main details of Washington's profile and the eagle on the reverse are still visible, but they may be slightly worn down. The coin may have some light scratches or marks, but overall, it's still in collectible condition. So, what's this coin worth in today's auction market? The value of a 1967 Washington quarter with a date error and no mint mark in fine condition can vary, but as of now, these coins can fetch anywhere from $200,000 depending on the severity of the error and the overall eye appeal of the coin. Keep in mind that if you find one in better condition, the value could increase significantly. The rarity of the error combined with the coin's historical context makes it a desirable piece for collectors. Next up, the 1969 Jefferson nickel with a large date and a D-era mint mark. If you're passionate about rare coins or just curious about their value, this is the video for you. Let's start with a quick overview. The 1969 Jefferson nickel is part of the series that has been in circulation since 1938. This particular year is notable for the large date variety, which combined with the D-era mint mark makes it quite special. The 1969 Jefferson nickel features the familiar design of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse. However, the large date variety has a noticeably larger numeral 9 compared to other years, making it easily identifiable. What sets this coin apart from its peers is the D-mint mark error. Minted at the Denver Mint, these coins were expected to have the D-mint mark, but due to an error, some of these coins have a misplaced or incorrect D-mint mark. This error is significant because it adds an extra layer of rarity and value to the coin. Now, let's talk value. In fine condition, the 1969 Jefferson nickel with the large date and D-era mint mark can be quite valuable. Recent auctions have seen these coins fetching anywhere from $165,000 depending on their exact condition, and the quality of the error grading plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value for those unfamiliar. A coin in fine condition typically shows moderate wear with some of the finer details still visible. If your coin is well preserved with clear features, it could be on the higher end of this price range. Coins with mint errors are highly sought after by collectors. The 1969 Jefferson nickel with the D era is especially interesting because it represents a unique moment in minting history. Collectors are always looking for these rare finds to complete their collections, which drives up the demand and value. To maximize the value of your coin, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable service. This certification can significantly impact the coin's value and desirability in the market. Additionally, keeping an eye on auctions and collector events can provide insights into current market trends. In summary, the 1969 Jefferson nickel with the large date and D-era mint mark is a rare and valuable piece of numismatic history. Its unique characteristics and the rarity of the mint era make it a sought-after item for collectors and investors alike. Next up, the 1970 silver Washington quarter dollar with a large date and D mint mark in fine condition. This coin has captured the attention of collectors, and its value has seen interesting fluctuations in the auction market. Stay tuned as we uncover the fascinating details and current market value of this remarkable coin. First, let's take a brief look at the history of the 1970 silver Washington quarter dollar. Although most quarters minted after 1964 are composed of copper and nickel, there are some rare silver-clad varieties, including the 1970 D quarter. This particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the D mint mark. The large date variant is significant because it distinguishes this coin from other quarters minted in the same year. The combination of these factors makes the 1970 D silver Washington quarter highly collectible. Now, let's talk about the coin's design. The obverse of the 1970 quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, while the reverse showcases the iconic eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, surrounded by olive branches. In fine condition, this coin may exhibit moderate wear, especially on the high points of Washington's hair and the eagle's wings, but the overall details should still be clear and sharp. The large date feature is evident in the year 1970, where the digits are bolder and more pronounced. Now, onto the part you've all been waiting for: the value of this coin in today's auction market. As of the latest data, a 1970 silver Washington quarter dollar with a large date and D mint mark in fine condition can fetch anywhere from $29,000, depending on the specific qualities of the coin and the demand among collectors. However, it's worth noting that coins with exceptional eye appeal, or those that come with a solid provenance, could sell for even higher prices. Auction results can vary significantly, so it's always a good idea to keep an eye on recent sales to get an accurate idea of the market. The 1970 silver Washington quarter dollar with a large date and D mint mark is a fascinating piece of numismatic history. Its rarity and unique features make it a valuable addition to any collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, this coin is definitely one to watch in the auction market. Next up, we're talking about the 1944 Jefferson nickel, specifically the one with the P mint mark in fine condition. If you're passionate about rare coins or just curious about their value, stick around because you won't want to miss this. Here it is, the 1944 Jefferson nickel. This coin is part of the series that was minted from 1938 to 2003, featuring the iconic Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. But today we're zeroing in on a specific variant, the 1944 with the P mint mark. The P mint mark is a key feature of this nickel. In 1944, coins were primarily minted in Philadelphia, which is why they usually didn't carry a mint mark. However, in this case, the P is found on a rare subset of the 1944 Jefferson nickels. This variation makes it a particularly sought-after item among collectors. To give you a bit of historical context, 1944 was a pivotal year in the United States, marked by the end of World War II. The nickel itself, made of a mix of copper and nickel, was crucial during the war due to the scarcity of materials. The 1944 nickel continued the design that was first introduced in 1938, with a slight variation that would later become a favorite among collectors. So, what makes the 1944 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark so valuable today? Well, rarity is a significant factor. This particular coin in fine condition, a grade where the coin shows signs of wear but still retains clear details and is recognizable, is valued for its relative scarcity and historical significance. The P mint mark adds to its appeal because it's not commonly found on nickels from that year. In today's auction market, the value of a 1944 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark in fine condition can vary. Generally, you might see prices ranging from around $59,000 depending on the coin's exact condition and provenance. Exceptional examples might even fetch higher amounts, especially if they have been well preserved or certified by professional grading services. The grading scale plays a crucial role in determining the value of coins. For fine condition, you'll see a coin with moderate wear but with most of its design details still intact. This contrasts with higher grades like very fine or extremely fine, where the details are sharper and the coin appears almost uncirculated. Collecting coins like the 1944 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark can be both a rewarding and exciting hobby. If you come across one of these in your collection or in an auction, you'll know you have a piece of history with considerable value. Remember, factors like condition, rarity, and demand in the collector's market all contribute to a coin's worth. Next up, the 1939 Jefferson nickel, specifically the one without a mint mark, in fine condition. If you're a fan of rare and valuable coins, you're going to want to stick around as we explore its significance and current market value. The 1939 Jefferson nickel is part of the iconic Jefferson nickel series, first introduced in 1938. This coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia home, on the reverse. The series was designed by Felix Schlag, who won a competition for the design. What makes the 1939 nickel particularly interesting is its place in the history of American coinage. In 1939, the Jefferson nickel had a very important design element: the absence of a mint mark. This year is notable because it was the last year before the mint mark was added to the reverse side in 1940. The absence of the mint mark on the 1939 nickel makes it a unique piece for collectors. Now, let's talk about the coin's condition and its impact on its value. The fine condition is an important grade in coin collecting, representing a coin that shows some wear but still retains most of its details. For a 1939 Jefferson nickel, fine condition means the coin is well preserved, with clear details on Jefferson's portrait and Monticello, though some light wear is present. In terms of value, the 1939 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is a highly sought-after coin. As of today's auction market, you can expect a fine condition 1939 nickel to fetch between $20,000 depending on its exact level of detail and overall appeal. This value can vary based on the coin's specific characteristics, such as luster and any additional numismatic attributes. The coin's value can also be influenced by market trends and collector demand. Given the 1939 Jefferson nickel's historical significance and its status as a transitional year before the introduction of the mint mark, it remains a popular choice among collectors. If you're looking to add this piece to your collection or sell one you own, it's important to have it graded by a reputable grading service. This ensures that potential buyers understand the coin's condition and authenticity, helping you get the best possible value. In summary, the 1939 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is a valuable piece of American numismatic history. Its unique characteristics and place in the series make it a favorite among collectors. If you have one of these coins, you're holding a significant part of our monetary heritage. Thanks for joining. Next up, the 1984 silver Washington quarter dollar specifically will be focusing on the large date version with the D mint mark in dirty condition. If you've got one of these coins or are simply curious about its value in today's auction market, stick around. The Washington quarter series, first introduced in 1932, is one of the most iconic and long-running coin designs in U.S. history. The 1984 Washington quarter, minted in Denver, continued the legacy with a design that had already become a staple in American currency. Though most quarters from this era are not made of silver, certain varieties and conditions can still hold significant value for collectors. The obverse side of the coin features the classic image of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The date 1984 is prominently displayed beneath Washington's profile, and the D mint mark is just to the right, indicating that this coin was struck in Denver. The reverse side showcases the American bald eagle, wings spread, clutching arrows and an olive branch. Condition is key when it comes to coin collecting. However, even in dirty condition, a 1984 Washington quarter can have value, especially if it has a large date and a D mint mark. Dirt and wear do affect the coin's grade, but they also tell a story of the coin's journey through time. So what's this coin worth in today's auction market? As of 2024, a 1984 silver Washington quarter dollar with a large date and D mint mark in dirty condition typically fetches between $77,000. The exact price depends on factors such as the level of dirt and wear, any unique features, and the interest from collectors at the time of auction. If you own one of these coins, look out for any additional unique features, such as die errors or doubling, which could significantly increase its value. Also, consider the historical significance and rarity of your coin. Even in dirty condition, these factors can make a big difference. The 1984 Washington quarter dollar with a D mint mark in dirty condition may not look pristine, but it's a coin with potential value in today's auction market. If you're a collector or someone who stumbled upon this coin, it's worth taking a closer look. You might be surprised at its worth. Next up, the 1964 Jefferson nickel, particularly the large date variety with a D mint mark. If you're a collector or just curious about the value of this specific nickel, stick around because we've got all the details on its current value in today's auction market. The 1964 Jefferson nickel is part of the series that honors Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. The nickel's design has been a staple in American coinage since 1938, featuring Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse. However, 1964 was a year of notable changes as it marked the end of silver content in nickels, a shift that occurred due to the rising cost of silver. In 1964, there were two different styles of dates on nickels: the small date and the large date. The large date variety, which we're focusing on today, features noticeably larger numerals in the date. This distinction might seem subtle, but it's a key factor for collectors when identifying and valuing these coins. The D mint mark on this nickel signifies that it was minted in Denver. Coins from the Denver Mint often carry a unique value, partly due to their lower mintage compared to those minted in Philadelphia. For our 1964 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, this detail adds to its appeal among collectors. Now, let's talk about the condition. Our focus today is on the fine condition of the 1964 large date Jefferson nickel. In coin grading terms, fine condition means that the coin shows clear details and minimal wear. For the Jefferson nickel, you should be able to see most of the design elements, including Jefferson's profile and Monticello, with some wear on high points. So, what is this nickel worth today? As of the latest auction data, a 1964 Jefferson nickel with the large date and D mint mark in fine condition can fetch between $36,000. The variation in value often depends on specific details such as the coin's exact condition, the level of preservation, and current demand among collectors. For collectors looking to acquire or sell this coin, it's important to ensure it's properly graded and preserved. Coins in fine condition should be kept in a protective holder to maintain their value. If you're looking to buy, make sure to purchase from reputable dealers and verify the coin's authenticity and condition. Next up, the 1967 silver Washington quarter dollar. But this isn't just any quarter. We're talking about a rare date era version without a mint mark in fine condition. If you've ever wondered about the value of this unique coin in today's auction market, you're in the right place. Stick around as we explore its fascinating history, key features, and of course its current value. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American currency since 1932, initially struck to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1967, the U.S. Mint had already made some significant changes to the coin's composition. Notably, 1965 marked the end of the 90% silver quarters, and the switch to a copper-nickel-clad composition was complete. Although 1967 quarters should be clad, some rare-era coins were struck with the wrong metal planchet, possibly from previous years, making them silver. Additionally, the 1967 quarters were produced without a mint mark as part of an effort to discourage coin hoarding. This means if you find a 1967 quarter with a date error and no mint mark, you've got something truly special. Now, let's talk about what makes this particular quarter so unique. A 1967 Washington quarter with a date error is already a rarity in itself. These errors could range from double dates to other misprints. But combined with the absence of a mint mark, this coin stands out even more. A fine condition 1967 Washington quarter typically shows moderate wear, with some details of Washington's portrait and the eagle on the reverse side still visible. The date and legends are legible, though they may be slightly worn. But in the case of an error coin, the value isn't just in the condition, it's in the error itself. So how much is this coin worth in today's market? That's the big question. The value of a 1967 silver Washington quarter with a date error and no mint mark can vary widely, depending on the specific type of error and its prominence. However, the fact that it is in fine condition means it has some noticeable wear, which slightly affects its value, but doesn't diminish the rarity of the error. As of now, in 2024, This coin could fetch anywhere from $300,000 at auction, depending on the demand and the specific error. Keep in mind that more severe errors or a clearer strike on the coin can significantly increase its value. Collectors are often willing to pay a premium for error coins, especially when they come with such unique characteristics. Auction results over the past few years have shown a steady increase in the value of error coins, particularly those from the 1960s, when errors were less common. A fine condition 1967 silver Washington quarter with a date error is no exception. Coins with prominent errors have seen bidding wars, driving prices to new heights. If you happen to own one, now might be a great time to consider selling, or, if you're a collector, keep an eye out for these coins at auctions. They don't come around often. Next up, explore one of the most intriguing pieces in numismatic history, the 1942 Jefferson nickel, specifically the Monticello 5 cents, without a mint mark. Stick around as we uncover its current market value and what makes this coin so desirable among collectors. Before we get into the value, let's set the stage. The Jefferson nickel, first issued in 1938, was designed by Felix Schlage and features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. By 1942, the nickel was undergoing some significant changes due to wartime demands. In 1942, the nickel was struck in two varieties, the regular nickel and the silver wartime version. Today, we're focusing on the 1942 nickel without a mint mark, which is a key player in this era. The 1942 Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, which is why you don't see a mint mark on these coins. This absence of a mint mark is crucial in distinguishing it from its wartime silver counterpart, which was produced with a mint mark to indicate the different composition. The large date variety from this year is particularly noteworthy. What sets the 1942 large date nickel apart is its unique design detail. The large date version has noticeably larger digits compared to the small date version. This variation, combined with the historical context of the wartime nickel composition change, makes it an interesting piece for collectors. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1942 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in fine condition. As of today, in the current auction market, this coin is valued quite highly due to its historical significance and relative rarity. Fine condition coins, which show moderate wear but still retain clear details and an overall pleasing appearance, are especially sought after. In today's auction market, a 1942 Jefferson nickel in fine condition typically ranges between $89,000. Factors influencing this range include the coin's overall aesthetic, the quality of its strike, and current market demand. Coins in better than fine condition can fetch significantly higher prices. For those of you looking to add this gem to your collection, here are a few tips. When evaluating a 1942 Jefferson nickel, make sure to check for the large date variety. Also, ensure that the coin has minimal scratches and maintains its details as best as possible. Preservation and proper storage can help maintain and even increase its value over time. Remember, the value of coins can fluctuate based on market trends, so staying updated with auction results and expert opinions can be beneficial. If you own a 1942 Jefferson nickel, it's worth checking its condition and considering its potential value in the current market. Next up, the 1988 silver Washington quarter dollar, specifically the one with a large date and a P mint mark in very fine condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, you won't want to miss out on learning about this valuable piece of numismatic history. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American currency since 1932, designed by John Flanagan, but by 1988, the quarter had already seen numerous changes and variations. The P mint mark on this coin indicates that it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't start using the P mint mark until 1980, making this coin part of the newer generations of quarters. Now, let's talk about the specifics. The 1988 Washington quarter dollar features President George Washington on the obverse, with the familiar eagle on the reverse side. The large date on this coin is easily noticeable, and it's one of the key features that collectors look for. In terms of grading, very fine means that the coin shows moderate wear. For the 1988 quarter, this would include slightly worn details on Washington's hair and some wear on the eagle's feathers, but overall, the coin's details are still sharp and well-defined. Now, onto the part you've been waiting for, the value. In today's auction market, a 1988 silver Washington quarter dollar with a large date and a P mint mark in very fine condition can fetch anywhere from $78,000. While this might not seem like much at first glance, it's important to remember that this value is for a single coin in very fine condition. If you have one in an even better grade, or if you have several of these coins, the value can increase significantly. If you happen to come across a 1988 Washington quarter with any mint errors, such as a misstrike or double die, the value can skyrocket. Error coins are always in high demand among collectors. So, there you have it. The 1988 silver Washington quarter dollar with a large date and a P mint mark in very fine condition is a modest yet valuable piece for any collection. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, it's always exciting to uncover the hidden gems in the world of numismatics, and if you have any coins you want us to cover, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.